I'm home.
Wanna go, Rudy?
And we have a weekly question for you. What's in the bag?
What?
So guys, I have been traveling all over this great southeast. I have been to Birmingham, I've been to Louisville, I'm headed to St. Louis on Sunday.
Did you pay me anything in Birmingham?
I did paint some stuff in Birmingham, but we can't talk about that because I haven't been found out yet. But I did find out why there's always a full moon over Homewood. You should ask me sometime.
Dun dun dun.
But I came across some goodies in my travels. First and foremost, I'm going to take you to a small place called Elixir Wine and Spirits. Now, Jim and I have had the pleasure of both attending and sampling and purchasing stuff from our friend Tarek.
And sampling. And sampling.
And more sampling.
We might have sampled something.
Well, I have come away with one of his tasty, store-picked Russell's Reserve.
Wow. Ooh.
This is called Over the Edge.
Nice.
Now, this is a single barrel, store-picked by Tarek and a handful of close associates. Yep, for everybody.
Nobody can read that.
They really can't. You know how you read it? You go buy you a bottle, if you can find a bottle. Now, Captain brings you the bottles that cost, what do you say, under $40?
That's
We
target
do
market.
about $40 or less because the whole reason for this show, how many times have we been at a liquor store, you look at the selection of bottles, and $40 is a lot of investment for something that you don't know you're going to like.
Well, guys,
But I've seen Russell's while I was looking around today, and that is still that's in the line of spending for a party. I'd say between 50 and 60.
you're going to be almost close to that. This is going for about $69.99. Again, the store pick gives us a little flavor.
Ooh, smoke effect.
But let me tell you, Captain, you have your ways, and Foodie's very elaborate. So Foodie likes allocated. I like store picks. I like hard to get. I think out of this one there might have been 120 bottles, maybe 140 bottles.
Well,
So
I've
it came
had
and
some.
saw it conquered. And if you can't find this at Elixir, well, you can come to the Tiki because we always share. But
Wow,
yeah,
that's hoping it's going to be left.
well,
But you know what? Tarek's got some. He's always got good stuff either way.
my friend on Facebook just told me that this is the bottle that he picked. So our friend Kyle Shalo helped pick this bottle. But guys, I've been on a store pick. I know what goes on. And Wild Turkey puts on a great time. Most times when you go to store picks, you get 3 samples here and there. And they usually pick those samples out for you. And they have them waiting for you on a table. Not at Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey gives you a grandiose tour of the warehouse. They give you a grandiose tour to your own personal tasting warehouse, where there are barrels all over the entire floor. Alright guys, Over the Edge, Tarek. Kyle said this was around 121 to 22 proof when they tried it in the warehouse.
A toast.
Salud.
Salute. Jacob, you left me out. You can't do that.
I'll
All
leave
right, here's
everybody
a
out.
toast to you and me, in hopes we always agree. But if we do, to hell with you, here's to me.
That's a great nose.
That's
Oh,
good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is good.
110 proof with no burn.
Get a
Lot
little
of
on the tip
flavor.
of the tongue.
I've got a burn-proof tongue when it comes to bourbon, so no burn here. Very smooth.
Yeah, there's some other videos out there that explain why you have a burn-proof tongue.
There are. Oh, man.
So, off the nose, I'm getting a ton of caramel and vanilla.
That's what you want in bourbon.
Yeah.
Everybody likes a little caramel and vanilla.
I just want bourbon. That's what I want with bourbon.
It
Boy.
even tastes better when it's like this.
Yeah.
Our buddy Kyle and that group, you did a very good job picking this.
Yeah.
So, call old Tarek up at Elixir Wine and Spirits and give him a shout and say, hey, you got anything left? And if he doesn't, he's got more store picks coming in all the time. Guys, they're all different every time.
And tell them 3BC sent you. Give us some props. And while you're at it and watching, like, subscribe, show a little love. We'll show you a little more
love.
bourbon.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you say more bourbon?
More bourbon.
More bourbon.
So,
Finish this.
I told you, in my ways, I went to Louisville.
Uh-oh.
And then going to
We're
Louisville.
not wrapping this up.
We're not wrapping this up.
We're opening it up. All right.
So, Captain,
More smoke effect.
here's a fun fact about our Captain Aaron. He fell in love with a Heaven Hill bourbon, one of his first favorite bourbons. It was called Larceny. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember Larceny.
You remember how I told you there was this great white hope out there that was a special Larceny that nobody's ever seen?
Yeah.
Nobody's ever come across?
Yeah.
This guy's never had? Hold your horses.
What's he got here?
What's in the bag?
We got a game changer, boys and
What's
girls.
in the bag?
Oh,
That's it.
look at
Larceny Barrel Proof.
Oh.
Happened to come across this in Bowling Green, Kentucky at Liquor Barn of all places. Liquor Barn. What do you think about that there, Captain?
Oh, wow.
Don't you read that proof out there? So Larceny usually comes at you at 92.
22.8
Whoa.
proof.
So,
I better call Uber now.
There's no way to avoid a burn on that.
Oh.
so we talked about
But
Russell
not burn. All burn is bad.
being proof down to 110. This is actually bottled at the proof from the barrel, 122.8. Now, I have never in my life tried this. I have been to restaurants, I have been to special stores that have all kinds of stuff, from Pappy Van Winkle to Weller, but never Larceny Barrel Proof. Now again, it's not one of those $40 that you can have every day. This gets put out, as much as I've seen it, once every 3 years, I feel like, but I think it's out about once a year. Price point's $99. It's one of those that I just sort of said to myself, I gotta have it. I could have tried it, but what good does that do for my boys in the 3BC if they're not with me in Bowling Green? So guys,
You brought it to us.
I have brought this to us. Alright, gentlemen. Gone where no man's gone before.
Who's got a toast?
I've got one, but I don't know if I can tell it on if you can't put it on YouTube.
But and you can't tell it.
There's the virgins everywhere. Thanks for nothing. Shut up.
Don't be wasting it. Long
Cheers.
distance.
Salute.
Butterscotch.
Oh, wow.
That's the smell. Butterscotch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, that's good.
That is
And
good.
this is why I bought
Wow.
this bottle.
That is really good.
I get a
Oh,
little burn on the lips, but wow, it is not burning the tongue.
Or
This
the,
is.
or the throat going down.
oh man.
Oh, that is
Kyle, you
awesome.
do gotta try this. That's just a butter. That's a Weathers original. BSOB gets that one.
Alcoholic.
Somebody come get your grandparents. Watch
Oh,
out there, Cole.
That's got a
Watch out,
strong
Bubba.
burn.
Watch out, buddy.
Yeah.
I won't.
It is a good night at the tiki.
Did anybody say more bourbon? Wait,
Oh.
there's no more.
Oh,
You're such a tease.
we got spoiled today by Chef Foodenstein.
But you know what? You stay tuned, because you never know what we'll have around next week.
Guys, thank you.
Now, before we close this out, we talked about the Russell on how much people can realistically find it. If this is a unicorn,
I will tell you right now, 3BC, if our own Captain Aaron gets this video up in the next 24 hours, you have a shot to go to Bowling Green, Kentucky, Liquor Barn. They open at 9 a.m. And you might be able to find a bottle at the front. Tell them 3BC sent you. And but there's also bourbon release day.
Now, question is, would you buy this again? Because the whole thing is, we buy a bottle, we tell you about it, and we will answer the question whether we would pay that money again for these bottles.
I would do that again.
So
this
these
one I
are
would do
definitely
again.
worth the price that you can find them at.
I would say I would definitely buy a bottle of that if I get my hands on it.
I would definitely buy a bottle.
I would buy it once though. That's at the price point that this is the special.
But you know what's great? We're 3BC, and you just bought one, he bought one, and he bought one, and I bought one. We got 4 more bottles, fellas.
Woo!
All right, that's how the economy works. So,
All right, it is time to close. We will see y'all next week to answer the age-old question.
What's in